Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the snowflake of the year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm here at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night. Get him in your lineups. Get him in there, and let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. What is going on? What's happening? How y'all doing? This is the big homie, your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we'll be going with our regular format of the show. Kaheem Jones just sent me a message. Some great shit must have been happening. Some great shit must have been happening. Yo, Kaheem, I'm gonna go check you out. All right. So, of course. Oh, the homie said he kept it 325. Talk to me now. That's what we do here. The homie said he kept it 325. That's what's happening. So, a lot of stuff to go over. We're gonna go with our regular formatting of the show. We're gonna be jumping into feature 4 plays. We're gonna talk about a week 1 takeaway, NBA takeaways from the first week, things that I think that we can look at now this week and then project that towards the rest of the season. Okay, I really think that we could do that. We're gonna look at that. Also, we're gonna be talking about trying to come up with a NBA Milley Maker, man, because we play this game enough. We're good enough at it. We want a shot to win $1 million. So I sent this tweet out to DraftKings and FanDuel, and I was like, and I asked people. I created a poll that says, would you participate in a millionaire maker for NBA if FanDuel or DraftKings introduced it? So I want you to go follow me on Twitter, find this tweet, and please not only vote yes or no, but share it, retweet it, get it out there, because we want a Milley Maker too. We want a Milley Maker. You hear that, DraftKings? You hear that, FanDuel? We want a Milley Maker term. We want to be able to make $1 million. We want to do that. It doesn't have to be every night thing or every week thing. Just once a month. Give us a shot once a month. Everybody put in $20, and let's go ahead and get this $1 million. All right. So, of course, we've got that, and then some other stuff we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna jump into the feature for in just a moment. But I want to lace you first with a few of my takeaways, man, from this first week. You know, really getting into NBA, man, watching it in its entirety, watching every NBA game. Yo, when I got back from DC yesterday, I had to watch the games that I couldn't watch that night today. So, yo, it's a grind, but I love doing it, man. So let's go check it out. This is gonna be my first impressions, man. The first thing I want you to know is Ben Simmons is the real motherfucking deal. He was well worth the wait. Ben Simmons is a beast. He is somebody that you probably will not see him priced at the price that he was at today on DraftKings, which is about $7 grand, somewhere around that, 7.7. You'll probably never see this dude again. You probably never see him that cheap again, and you shouldn't. He is an absolute monster, bro. Yo, we've got to keep our eyes on Ben Simmons. Until he is 10K, he is somebody that we can play every night with confidence, okay? Then the next takeaway is Giannis, Mr. Antetokounmpo. If I thought there was a spot early where he could kind of fall on his face and not really kill it, it was last night. And I had like very minimal exposure to him. I had him like in 2 lines out of a lot, and he still went out and performed greatly. I think he led the slate in scoring on DraftKings, that is. So that's somebody that you've got to, you got to take a look at this dude night in and night out. Okay, next guy, Dwight Howard. A big first impression of Dwight Howard is he likes Charlotte. This is a small. Go figure. It's a small market. It's easy for him to be the lead dog, the big fish. I mean, they love Kimba there. Like they in love with Kimba. But after a while, man, it's gonna be no secret why the Hornets are gonna be able to do pretty well, and it's because of how good Howard is and how he's the only one that can do what he can do. And when he was in Atlanta, Paul Millsap had a similar style game. He had to get the ball in his hands in order to be successful, and he was a really good rebounder and kind of a savvy veteran player. Well, he's the only one on this team that can do what he's doing, and I think that generates a spot for him that he really likes and one that he's comfortable with. And it really doesn't hurt, but it does hurt, no pun intended, because Batum is out, and he's another guy that would go down and grab some boards. And the dynamic is going to be interesting to see what happens when Batum comes back. But until then, bro, this is like the lead rebounder in town. And right now, Charlotte rebounding against Charlotte is not even a thing anymore, bro. He loves going after rebounding in Charlotte. So that's one thing that we can take away from here. The next one is gonna be the homie DeJounte Murray. Now, if you remember, when the season first started, and I talked about guys that I do like. And I think this is like the year where we could use them. And a lot of this has to do with Coach Popovich, man, because if Pop trusts you, if Coach Pop trusts, okay, let's look at some of the guys who he's trusted out of nowhere, and we were like, damn, this dude, Pop, this is a guy that you think is going to be great? All right, number one, first guy, Tony Parker. Who the fuck saw Tony Parker coming? Nobody. And Pop gave him the keys, okay? Manu Ginobili. Nobody saw that dude coming. He was a great player overseas. Nobody saw that dude coming. He gave him the keys. Kawhi Leonard. Bro, he traded George Hill, who was a solid, good player, for a little-known prospect, Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi is like one of the better players in the league. Now, he's entrusted his offense to DeJounte Murray. And Pop don't make no mistakes when it comes to shit like that, man. That's a guy that I do like for the duration of the season, man. We can definitely hang our hats on DeJounte Murray. And then another thing I want you to take away is this is a guy who loves being the man where he's at. And I'm talking about none other than D-Loading, baby. D'Angelo Russell loves playing where he's at, where he has the green light to do whatever he wants to do. You've also seen Jeremy Lin hurt, and he's out, I think, for the season. So that means we're going to get a full season of D'Angelo Russell with the green light to shoot. So we're going to have some bad nights. We're going to have some good nights. We're going to have a lot of good nights where him at low ownership is going to be a thing. Okay? It's going to be a thing. Then we've got this shit. You got this shit. The drama. You've got the drama. Okay? And my first impression when it comes to this shit, I'm gonna lace about 3 or 4 different teams with this, okay? Because everybody is in this arms race to kind of try to be the Golden State Warriors, and it's not working. It's not working. We've got Kyrie Irving going to Boston. The homie goes down, gets injured. Now, what are the Celtics? LeBron, they don't look right. I mean, they're winning games. They just don't look right. They don't look great. Then you've got the fiasco in Houston when you had Chris Paul and they didn't look good. And you got, like, Harden's not playing well. Then you've got the thing in Oklahoma City with you can't gauge that properly. Like, what I'm saying is, at the top, like the higher dollar guys, we're seeing where it's not worth paying up for them. All those guys that come from the teams, the super teams, it's not worth paying up for all those cats. Like tonight, it wasn't worth paying up for Durant. You were better served if you paid for Curry. It wasn't worth, has it really been worth yet paying 11, 12K for Harden or paying up that price for Westbrook? Like, the shit is crazy. Like, all of them joined forces, and I don't think that we're going to get what we were used to last year when everybody was separate. It was on their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Russell Westbrook last year, 13K, the only man scoring was 80 points and good. Like, that's not what's going to happen this year. We don't have that. There's nobody that's going to do that this year. Harden is not going to be doing that because you got Eric Gordon, who's healthy, who's playing well. Then when Chris Paul comes back, they're going to stand around and look at each other awkwardly in the backcourt. So it's weird. The only thing that we can count on are those. We can count on the 5 guys I talked about just now. All right, Wade on the bench. Yeah, Wade is on the bench now. J.R. Smith is starting. Like, this shit is crazy. A bunch of crazy shit, right? Howard, Simmons, and Giannis have been killing it. That is right, and I think they're going to continue because I don't see any of their situations changing. Like, I don't see any of those situations really changing. Okay, so now that we got that first impressions out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the feature 4 plays of the night. These are the 4 most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS Sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. We're going to talk first about the who dat scoring all them points over there, player of the night. And it's always good when I get a chance to toot my own horn. But I want you to know that I had absolutely zero DeJounte Murray today. I fell into the value trap that was Malcolm Delaney, and I ended up, falling so in love with the fact that I could pay up in other spots that I paid down, and I took myself off of plays that I normally would make. So DeJounte Murray, excellent game. He only played 28 minutes, but he had 16 points, 15 boards, 6 assists, 4 turnovers, but still a very solid stat line for the homie DeJounte Murray. He's a guy I think we can look to going forward. Next guy we got is going to be the who dat scoring all them points over there. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was this is the how did I miss that play? This is the how, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break this down. And if you're in the VIP, you're gonna understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm chopping it up. I'm in the VIP. We're going through it, going through the motions. I'm telling everybody my plays and how I'm getting down and blah 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 blah. I'm rocking through all of that. And one of the homies is like, "Yo, I really like Josh Richardson today. Mo, what do you think?" And I gotta be real. I gotta be honest. I can't play everybody. I'm not a fucking robot cyborg DFS guy. I'm a regular guy just like you. So if I'm not playing a dude, I'm not playing a dude. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have him, I don't have him. If you got him, and I said, yo, I am not trying to take you off anybody. If I say I'm not playing him, I'm not trying to take you off anybody. All I can do is add to what you already have. Now, if you like Josh Richardson, go ahead and play him. But I don't like him, and I ain't playing him. This motherfucker. This motherfucker. I'm talking about first quarter. I got Malcolm Delaney. The other dude got Josh Richardson. This dude hits like 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, goes completely ham, plays 37 minutes of mistake-free basketball, only 1 turnover, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 4 boards, 2 assists, 21 points. The dude went ham. So, for all y'all in the shop, and everybody in the shop was on him. Like, everybody in the shop was talking about him. Yo, yeah, I'm going to play Josh. Yo, DP was like, yo, oh, yeah, I'm Josh Richardson all day long. And it was crazy. They got him. They got it. They got it. Hey, that 1 for the shop, 0 for me. That was awesome. That was awesome. Next play we got, it's going to be the heat check play tonight, and it usually goes, it can go to the guy that scores the most points, but I don't always have to, man. If you talk about Ben Simmons at 7.7, and I did this kind of as an RIP, because this is like let's have a funeral. We're going to have a funeral real quick, and we're going to say goodbye to cheap Ben Simmons. 7.7K Ben Simmons is now dead. We'll never see that man again. I can guarantee you, bro. Ben Simmons will never be 7.7 again. The dude is an unadulterated beast. He is dominating in minutes, 6'10", 7-foot wingspan, getting rebounds, dishing around. I'm talking about 34 minutes, 21 points, 12 boards, 10 assists, a steal, 4 turnovers because he's a primary ball handler. But the dude went ham, bro. The dude went fucking ham, man. And shout out to you, man. Salute to the homie Ben Simmons. My name is Maurice Simmons. I wish he was my cousin, because I can get some tickets for him. But yo, dude went ham, bro. And now we must talk about that one motherfucker, the motherfucker who would have fucked up a lot of my lineups, because before all the value broke, and see, that's the wonderful thing about value breaking. Before the value broke, this was one of my favorite point guard plays on the slate. Actually, a guy that I considered to be a core play, because we know how bad the San Antonio Spurs can struggle against point guards. Yes, Mr. Lowry. What's happening, my brother? You doing all right? You doing all right down there, brother? It's good to see you, man. You know, I gotta talk to you, right? Cause you's a motherfucking snowflake with your snowflake ass. How the fuck you gonna charge us 7.3K with all this value out there, play 35 minutes, and bring back 8 punk ass points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a turnover, and knock down 2 3-point shots? Man, come on, man. You's a motherfucking snowflake with your old snowflake ass. 15.5 points. Come on, family. What kind of fool you take us for, man? Bro, I gotta give a special shout out to the homie Mike James, Malcolm Delaney. Thank you so much, brothers. Because if it wasn't for y'all cheap ass, I would have had this snowflake ass motherfucker everywhere. You know you done fucked up, right? Today, you's a motherfucking snowflake. Let's get on with the rest of the motherfucking show. And I ain't gonna roster your bitch ass again. We out. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the core 4 review. Yes, I must hold myself accountable. I can't run out these plays and say, hey, these are the 4 guys and I'm playing everywhere without showing them to you and telling you who they are. I've got to tell you what I did and how I did it. So let's go ahead and chop it up, man. This is going to be my core 4. I'm going to run through my DraftKings core because first you're going to see is me. I was in the core 4. You see me right here? I was in the core 4. It was started off with me. I'm playing the role of John Collins because he doesn't have a face. So I will be the face of John Collins here. Went out at 4K. Then I had John Wall under me, Nikolai Jokic, and Malcolm Delaney. Yes, I did bite the chalk. I did bite the chalk. So this core 4 was supposed to, in theory, at 6x value because I paid 26 grand for all of them together. 26K I paid for all of them. So in theory, at 6x value, they should have brought back 156 DraftKings points for me. Now 6x is a lofty goal. That means 300. If you go 6x across the board, if you can take the 50 grand that they give you on DraftKings and go 6x with it, that's gonna give you 300. You're gonna cash most nights easily, easily. But I think around 275 will get you there. Around 275 should get you there or any given night. But 300, you're there. That's why I try to set my target for 6x. Now, anything 5x or below, y'all need to be talking shit to me. Y'all need to be cursing me out. Y'all need to be calling me a motherfucking snowflake. But anything less than that is bad. 5 to 6x is doable, but 6x is the target. Okay? So, John Collins went out, had a really solid game, brought back 34.25 DraftKings points. That was nice. John Wall disappointed. 44.75 was his score. We had Jokic for 47.25 and Malcolm Delaney 19.5. Now this core, like I said, should have brought back 156. They ended up bringing back 145.75. So I was minus 10.25 from my 6x target. But on the bright side, this did combine for 5.6x value. 5.6x is what it combined for. That wasn't bad at all. And if you match my intensity and you rostered 4 other guys that brought you back a combination of 5.6x, that means you should have had at least 280 DraftKings points, which would have cashed you everywhere. It would have cashed you outside. So this is a slate. This is a core 4 where I didn't just do all of the work myself. I needed you. You needed me. We had to push and pull together because I got right around 5.6x. But hopefully tomorrow, man, I can take it to that 78x. All right, that was the core 4 review. Let's go ahead and do a take a brief look at last night's slate. Kind of see what some cats did, how it all shaked out, and what went on with some of these box scores here. Yeah, man, it was a decent night. It was a decent night. So we had the Philadelphia 76ers and the Detroit Pistons. Of course, you see Simmons, man, 21, 12, and 10. Big triple-double from him, man. His first triple-double of his career, actually. And that was really dope just to watch that happen. So we also saw Joel Embiid, really solid minutes distribution all across the board for the Philadelphia 76ers, man. You had Robert Covington, 34 minutes. He only had 13, but he had 5 boards, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Very decent there by shooting 57% from the field. JJ Redick played 33 minutes, didn't do much, 7 and 7 to go with an assist. Of course, Markelle Fultz in 16 minutes off on the bench only had 2 points, 2 boards, and 3 assists. Not a great game there. Also chipped in a steal. Joel Embiid, 1 board shy of the double-double bonus, 30 points, 9 boards, 2 steals, while shooting 73% from the field. Really solid game there. On the Detroit side, pretty solid game we saw from Andre Drummond, man. 14 and 14 to go with an assist and 4 steals. Also had a block shot. Yo, I want to say something really quick. Yo, I want to say something really quick, okay? Shout out to homie David Avila. If you were in the VIP, I gave you a couple of scenarios. I was like, yo, because we were trying to decide. A lot of us were trying to decide. We were split down the middle between Mike James and Malcolm Delaney when that value opened up. And I said it's going to be like this, bro. What we need to find out is, okay, one of these players is going to start and not really have much of an impact himself. But the usage of the player that he is replacing is going to spread out amongst the teammates. And we had to decide whether Mike James was going to be the guy to kind of play okay, but everybody else go off, or if it was Malcolm Delaney, that wasn't going to kill you, but the people around him were going to have a good game. We had to decide on that. And if you decided that Mike James was going to do well and some of the Suns guys weren't going to do all of that, or if you decided and you decided that that Malcolm Delaney was going to be a guy, if you decided that Malcolm Delaney was going to be the guy to kind of not do well, but the rest of the Atlanta Hawks guys were going to do well, then you got to the money. If you picked if you did, you got to the money because we saw some really solid scores in Atlanta. But I digress. Okay, Reggie Jackson, 16 and 6 to go with 7 assists while shooting 41% from the field. That was his box score, pretty decent there. Avery Bradley let me down, man. The dude led the team in minutes. He was on the court for the entire game. I'm talking 37.59 minutes and had 15 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Just not a great game for Avery Bradley, man. Exactly. Danny Green was a top shooting guard play. Oh, that's right. Danny Green and Kent Bazemore outscored Harden and Conley. That's crazy. That's exactly what happened. That's crazy. So this game we're talking about is the Miami Heat at the crib taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And this is we're going to talk about this. This is what happened, okay? All right, coach. So we look at Taurean Prince. Gave us in 36 minutes, gave us 20 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Now, this if you saw that coming, you don't play Malcolm Delaney because that means you felt like all the usage that that Dennis Schroeder was getting was going to spread out towards his teammates. You saw Kent Bazemore, 30 minutes of ball hogging, had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, shot 6 for 17 from the field, 35%, horrible shooting percentage. Should have had a much better night. We saw Marco Bellinelli off of the bench in 27 minutes, had 11 points, 2 boards, and 2 assists. And the homie John Collins got busy with it. Only played 18 minutes, bro. Only played 18 minutes. John Collins, though. 14 points, 11 boards, and 2 assists with a block shot while shooting 54% from the field. Dwayne Dedmon did not score a single freaking bucket. Went 0 for 5. Had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. It is over. Sit Dedmon down. Get him the fuck out of there, bro. It's over for Dedmon. They should go small. Let Collins start at the center. Something different, bro. Dedmon is done. Dedmon is horrible, horrible. On the other side, now at one point during this game, the Miami Heat hit like 13 3-pointers in the first half, and they end up hitting 1 in the second. They almost lost this game. Josh Richardson was the big story here, though. 36 minutes leading the team. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks while shooting 47% from the field, hit 2 of 3 free throws, and 3 of 9 3-point shots. Pretty solid stat line for him there. James Johnson in 26 minutes had 8 and 7 with 5 assists and 3 steals. We also saw Kelly Olynyk have a double-double off of the bench in 28 minutes. He had 10 and 10 to go with 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Fairly decent game there for him. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets. This is a game with Houston. Mike D'Antoni running hard at the crib where they didn't even score 100 points, man. And we should have saw something coming because the homie got his trophy today, his 6th Man of the Year trophy, and he went out and just shot the freaking lights out. I'm talking about Eric Gordon, man. In 33 minutes, 27 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, 8 of 20 from the field for 40% shooting. He hit 5 of 15 3-point shots. Could have had a much better shooting day if he would have knocked down some more threes. James Harden, 35 minutes leading the team. Well, excuse me, Ariza led the team, but Harden had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. Not a great game for James Harden, man. James Harden has been struggling, bro. He has been struggling. They've got a thread on the YouTube chat. Players that scored more than than Conley, and there's a lot of motherfuckers at 3. Wayne Ellington scored more than Conley. That's bad. That's bad. So Ariza played 39 minutes, bro. That's nutty. 39 minutes. He had 2 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Did not hit a field goal. Went 0 for 5. Horrible game from him. On the Memphis side, Conley did get better towards the end of the game. He only played 28 minutes. He had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, while shooting 3 for 10 from the field, man. Horrible shooting from the field there. James Ennis, 14 and 11 to go with 1 assist and 1 steal. And Marcus Gasol didn't do much rebound. Only had 5 boards and 2 assists. He blocked a couple shots, but he had 26 points in 37 minutes of action. Adriel Martin in 20 minutes had 11 and 5 with 1 assist. Pretty decent game there from him. Next game we're going to talk about is the Charlotte Hornets and the Milwaukee Bucks, man. We're going to start on the Charlotte side. where Dwight Howard, man, goes up and gets 22 rebounds. You know why? Because nobody else in Charlotte wants to crash the boards. Nobody else. And they don't have to. It would have been nice if he'd scored one bucket and then one more bucket, then he would have got the double-double bonus. But in 34 minutes, he had 8 points, all the rebounds, 22 with 1 assist, blocked 4 shots while shooting 66% from the field. A classic game. That's what you want from Dwight Howard, man. That is exactly what you want. Kemba Walker, not great, man. 34 minutes at 15 and 2 to go for 6 assists and 1 steal. Frank Kaminsky continues to be a nice surge off of the bench. In 33 minutes, he had 18 and 5 to go with 2 assists. Pretty solid game there from him. And we saw Johnny O'Brien for 13 minutes. He had 14 points and 4 rebounds to go with a block shot too. That's something that to be looking at later on down the road. And Dwayne Bacon in 24 minutes had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He was not sizzling today, baby. On the other side, I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks here. I loved Chris Middleton all day, but I didn't have the stones to like have him in a lot of spots. And he had 20.6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, and a block, shooting 42% from the field. He did hit 1 of 5 3-point shots. Come on, baby, get that together. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the team in minutes, 39 to be exact. He had 32 points, 14 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. And I went on record saying earlier, I'm not going to be crazy over Giannis because he's not going to get he's not going to get 14 rebounds or anything. That's exactly what the motherfucker did. That's crazy. He must have heard me. I was like, I can take or leave Giannis. I mean, it's not like he's gonna go out and get like 14 rebounds or something. Like I don't have to have him. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to have Giannis. It's not like he's gonna go out and just grab all the boards. Like I don't have to have Giannis everywhere. I can do without him. That's what I said, and that's kind of not how it went down. Like Giannis got 14 rebounds on the hit. Crazy. Dellavedova, man, pretty trappy, but he was good, man. He had 9 assists, 2 points, 3 rebounds, pretty solid for that 3K price point. I didn't have an issue with that if you had them. Didn't see much else from anybody. Next game we got is going to be the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks. Pretty decent game here for the Warriors, bro. Kevin Durant, 25 and 8 to go with 6 assists and a block shot while shooting 60% from the field. Danny Green, 10 and 7 to go. Excuse me. Draymond Green, 10 and 7 to go with 8 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. He was on triple-double watch. Steph Curry led the team in scoring with 29 points. He dished out 8 dimes, had 4 steals, and also a couple of rebounds. Pretty solid game there. And Swaggy P off of the bench chipped in 13 points to go with 1 rebound while shooting 4 for 7 from 3-point land. On the Dallas Mavericks side, man, the revenge game, the revenge narrative for Harrison Barnes did not come to fruition. In 31 minutes, he had 13 and 7 to go with 3 assists and 1 steal. We saw Wesley Matthews chip in 19 points in 33 minutes. Also had 3 steals, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds while shooting 53% from the field. Pretty solid game there for him. Yogi Ferrell in 34 minutes leading the team at 13 and 4 to go with 2 assists and 1 steal. And Dennis Smith Jr., not a great game from the rookie, man. 10 and 6 to go with 1 assist and 2 steals. JJ Barea off the bench, 26 minutes. He had 13 and 3 to go with 8 assists. Pretty solid there for that low price point. Next game we got is going to be the Toronto Raptors and the San Antonio Spurs. It was a little skirmish in this game between LMA and Ibaka, man. They was going to get heated, bro. I think they was going to get it in. So here we go. We got Serge Ibaka, 25 minutes at 13 and 4. Not a great game there from him. Jakob Poeltl, man, in 25 minutes had 10 points, 12 boards. Also had a steal and 3 blocks. That was nice if you played him. It really was. Kyle Lowry's old snowflake ass in 34 minutes had 8 and 2 to go with 3 assists. DeMar DeRozan, 36 minutes, he had 28 and 2 to go with 4 assists and 3 steals while shooting 50% from the field. That's nice. 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Pretty nice game there from him. Bebe Naguera, bro, something told me not to fall for that trap because he only had 19 minutes. He only played 19 minutes. Only had 4 points and 6 rebounds. Something told me do not fuck with that. Also had a couple of steals. I'm glad I didn't fuck with that at all. On the other side, the San Antonio Spurs here, LaMarcus Aldridge, 36 minutes. He had 20 and 8 to go with 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Not awesome. DeJounte Murray, man, we talked about him already. In 28 minutes, 16 and 14 to go with 6 assists. Pretty solid game there from him. Danny Green, 17 points, 8 rebounds. The dude had 5 blocks. That is nice. That is nice. That totally turns you around on FanDuel, bro. Totally turns you around. Pretty solid game there. Rudy Gay, in 21 minutes off of the bench, had 11 and 5 to go with 1 steal and 1 block. And I think this team just gets so much better when Kawhi Leonard comes back, bro. That's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a nice one. Next game we got is the game that I was the highest on the whole slate. Like I really feel like this game had the potential to like go into overtime and be a great game, high scoring, running, dunking, jumping, and crazy shit. And it really wasn't a lot of that, bro. It really wasn't a lot of that. It just wasn't. Kelly Oubre, solid play. He actually led the team in minutes, man. 37 minutes. He had 14 and 4 with 1 assist, 2 steals, and 1 block while shooting 50% from the field. And he also hit 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Yo, Otto Porter continues to impress me, man. In 32 minutes, he had 17 and 10 to go with 3 assists and 4 steals. Also had a block shot. Nice game there. Brad Beal in 35 minutes had 20 and 5 to go with 2 assists and 1 steal. Pretty solid game there from him. John Wall didn't do much rebounding. He only had 1. He had a block and he had 2 steals, but he just didn't do a lot. Other than the 12 assists and the 19 points at 10.1K, we just needed a little bit more from him. Tim Frazier off of the bench in 14 minutes had 10 and 2 to go with 3 assists and 2 steals. And the problem with John Wall was the 3 for 13 from the field. The dude shot 23% from the field. Like he was missing layups, bro. He was missing layups, bro. It was bad. Should have. Nuggets got cheated at the end. Should have went to OT. Yo, that should. Okay, and I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to sound like a dick. That game should have totally went to OT. The bullshit with the technical foul when the dude like pushed Jokic down, and Jokic got up. Was like, yo, the fucking dude just pushed me, and they hit him with the tech. That was bullshit. The game should went to overtime. It really should have. That game should went to overtime. On the Denver side, Wilson Chandler, bro. What the fuck is up with Wilson Chandler? He was the guy last year, man, who was balling. But he just doesn't look great right now. 31 minutes, he had 7 and 2 to go with 4 assists while shooting 50% from the field. Only took 4 shots. Paul Millsap started the game very slow. Ended up having 17 points and 8 rebounds. Nothing else. No defensive stats. Did not get a steal, a block, none of that shit. Fuck is up with Paul Millsap. Nikola Jokic, man, 1 rebound shy of a double-double, man. 29 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. Also had a steal while shooting 64% from the field. He hit every 3-point shot he took. All 3 of them bitches. That was nice. I had a feeling that he was going to be a solid play today. Will Barton off of the bench in 29 minutes had 12 and 4 to go with 3 assists. We saw Emmanuel Mudiay for 19 minutes. He had 15 and 3 to go with 1 assist and 1 steal. Gary Harris could not hit the broadside of a barn. 1 field goal in 6 attempted. Bad game for him. And Jamal Murray in 29 minutes had, he sucked. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And I think he had a shit ton of turnovers. He had, oh no, he only had 1. Jokic is the one that had 7 turnovers. That's what kind of hurt Jokic's value too. He had a bunch of turnovers in this game too. Last game on the slate was the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. It looked for a minute like this game was going to go to overtime, man. Sacramento side, man. Josh Jackson, 17 minutes, had 10 points and a rebound. Not great from him. Yo, Zebo did not score a fucking point. He only played 15 minutes. He had 4 boards, 1 assist, and he missed all 4 shots he took. That was bad. Buddy Hield, 14 and 2 to go with 5 steals. Those 5 steals were big. Garrett Temple off of the bench, nice game. In 23 minutes, he had 23 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He did miss a key free throw down the stretch that could have set the game in overtime too, so that was bad. They had plenty of opportunity, man. Scala Sierra in 28 minutes had 17 and 4 to go with 1 block. That was decent for him. We also saw Bojan Bogdanovic in 25 minutes. He had 12 and 3 to go with 2 assists and 2 steals on the Phoenix Suns side. Shout out to the homie Mike James, man. He was a nice little piece of chalk. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, man. Yo, Mike James is a nice little piece of chalk there. 26 minutes, he had 18 and 2 rebounds to go with 7 assists while shooting 80% from the field. That was nice. 2 of 4 from behind the arc. He turned the ball over 4 times, but it was a good game from Mike James. Booker, 28 minutes, he had 22 points, 3 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal. That was a decent game from him. Marcus Chris, yo, a couple of games ago, Mark Chris, he's starting, and he didn't start. So when they said, Marcus Chris is starting, I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to fuck with that. And the dude went out and balled, man. 29 minutes, he had 19 and 60 with 1 assist and 3 blocks. Decent game there from him. TJ Warren, disappointed in his 24 minutes. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. That is all of the games in their entirety. Let's go ahead and take a look further at tomorrow's 6-game slate, man. You can tell, man, it's gonna be a nice one, bro. Because we got so many blowouts on the slate. We got Cleveland, Chicago, we got Orlando and Brooklyn, which I think is gonna be a heavily targeted game. We got a big blowout, I think, coming. Boston and New York. I think Kyrie's gonna go ham here. One game that I do have a lot I'm thinking about a lot is gonna be the Indiana Pacers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like that one. I think that the New Orleans Pelicans and the Portland Trailblazers game can be a decent one. And then Utah Jazz and the Clippers is going to be a game that we're going to definitely have to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now I'm rocking with RotoQL, man. Like I always tell you, this is my #1 fantasy tool, man. I really like this one. I forgot to show you my best lineup. My apologies, family. Tonight's best lineup is it finished. I hit the 300 club, baby. 310 was the finish on it. If you were inside of the DFS Sweatshop, you definitely had some exposure. You could have got some exposure here. Oh yes, oh yeah. The homies reminded me, that De'Aaron Fox had a really nice game off of the bench because he did play 30 minutes. He had 19 and 5, doing 4 assists and 3 steals. My apologies, bro. Shot 43% from the field as well. That's not bad for De'Aaron Fox. Sorry about that one. And just like we all expected, George Hill played 25 minutes, but he only had 2 points, 3 boards, and 4 assists to go with 2 steals. Sorry about that, big bro. So here we got Ben Simmons, Chris Middleton. I should have had so much more of those two guys. Yo, I should have had so much more of those two guys. Ben Simmons, Chris Middleton, Kelly Oubre Jr., the Collins kid, Jokic was there, Delaney, Otto Porter, and John Wall kind of really held this lineup back. This could have been like a 350 joint. Like I'm serious. If this game goes into overtime, bro, I had so much exposure to the Denver Washington game. This game goes in overtime, man. I could have really done some damage. So there we go. Let's go ahead and jump into everything on RotoQL, man. We're going to be chopping it up game by game. And what I'm going to do, what we're doing now, we're going over, we're hitting point totals, kind of getting a glimpse at game flow, so that when we all reconvene and meet each other back in the VIP at 5:30 Eastern time, when we break down the slate and chop it up, and I give out my core 4 plays and you give out yours, and we can all get to chop up and build our lineups. We have something, a leg to stand on. We know exactly how we rocking, right? So let's go ahead, man. First game on the slate is going to be the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, it's not like, first thing first, you're going to get, the Dwayne Wade narrative. Well, first thing first, Dwayne Wade ain't even fucking starting. They benched him for J.R. Smith, which they need to because Dwayne Wade is done. Okay? Now, he could be in a position where he gets a chance to play a little bit because he's home. Well, no, it's not yet. The game's not even in Chicago. So that narrative is dead. Like, fuck that narrative. That means nothing. It means nothing. For me, you got a game that's going to blow out easily. 111 is what we're going to see projected for the Cavaliers, and 97 is what's projected for the Chicago Bulls. For me, if I'm playing anybody from Cleveland, I'm playing some of the cheaper guys that are a little bit further down the rotation, not straight up bench guys, but just guys that are a little bit further down the rotation. Guys like maybe some Shumpert here, maybe some J.R. Smith. I can get behind. Maybe even Drake Crowder at 5.5. Guys that we can look at. If you wanted to play somebody on the other side, the only person that I would really consider is like Denzel Valentine at 4.7. Maybe I can get behind him. You might look at. You look like no, I can't play none of these guys. I don't like it. I don't like it because the Laurie Markkanen kid who had a really solid game out last time. His price is just nuts. Like he had 27, 26. Like his price is nuts. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like this game altogether. I don't. And I ain't playing LeBron at 10.7. I think this game does blow out. Although we cannot always predict blowouts. I just think there's other places I can spend, that much salary, man. Anthony Davis. So now we've got Vooch priced all the way up, baby. We got Vooch priced at 9.8. And it's been a thing to attack the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm not going to stop that now. The one thing that we can take a look at here is Elfrid Payton is not playing. You got Aaron Gordon, which can be a game-time decision. Does that increase the usage for Nikolai Vucevic? I would say so. I would say so. And we've got a 229-point total, high-paced game. Like, yo, I mean, I've got no issue. I think we can do that. I like Vucevic here. I think Fournier is in play. Maybe some Terrence Ross. is gonna be a guy I can look at. Even Jonathan Isaac. He's probably gonna come off of the bench if he starts, especially with Aaron Gordon. That's somebody that you may be able to look at. TJ Augustine, like I think you can play a ton of the Orlando guys. Jonathan Simmons is somebody who I'm looking at. I think you can play a ton of these dudes, man. I really do. On the other side, deloading, yes. Give me some of that. I like him. Hollis Jefferson, not real big on him, but DeMar Carroll does interest me here, as does Alan Crabb for the 4.8. I even think Karis LeVert 5.8 is usable. Don't love Trevor Booker here. AD and Bookie make it hard as fuck to pick a team, but they guarantee for like 120 every night. Yeah, they've been crushing. They have been crushing. Next game we got is my New York Knicks going to Boston to take on the Celtics here. And, you know, the Knicks are very similar to the Nets. Like, they both suck, except the Nets can actually score points and the Knicks cannot. You got Chris Stapps. You're going to be paying a pretty penny for that boy at 9.3. I think that's just a little bit too high for me. I just think that's a little bit too much for me. I mean, I'm a Knicks guy. I just don't want to pay that much for Chris Stapps. I don't think it's necessary. Enes Kanter at 5.6. Maybe I can get there. Tim Hardaway at 4.7. Maybe I can get there. The problem is there's no point guard that you can play with on this team. You know, Frank Nitti is out, and you got Ramon Session, who sucks at 14 ranked DVP at 4.1. He's bad. Michael Beasley, maybe. Michael Beasley, 3.4 is somebody that you can look at. Okay, yeah, I like Beasley here. I can play Beasley. On the other side, I think Horford is a no-brainer play at center tomorrow, as is Kyrie Irving. I kind of like him in that spot. We got Tatum and Brown finally priced up some. Aaron Baines. If Baines get the start at 3.6, he's the guy that you got to take a look at. He really is. He really is. If he's the guy that's going to get the start, that's somebody you got to take a look at. Next game we got is going to be the Indiana Pacers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yo, and for some reason, bro, without Miles Turner, they're looking at the Indiana Pacers like to get totally blown the fuck out here. One thing that you can look at, yo, a lot of this shit was traded for it, right? So you got Jeff Teague here at 7K. Not a very great defender. You've got Vic Oladipo and Darren Collison. Both of these cats I do like. They're going to need to score the basketball without Miles Turner on the court. So I like both of those guys. And I really like Vic Oladipo, even though he's priced at 7.6. I like that. I like that. Bojan at 3.8. I think he can be usable. Domantas Sabonis, if he is starting, he is still a guy. I mean, at 4.8, you got to take a look at that. On the other side, of course, Karl-Anthony Towns at 10.1. It says that the DVP is not very great, but that's still Karl-Anthony Towns, man. He is bigger than the DVP, and I can play him. I can play Jimmy Butler here over Andrew Wiggins. Jeff Teague at 7K. If I don't think the narrative is big enough to warrant him, but 4.8 for Taj Gibson could be in play as well. There, Jamal Crawford, don't love him. Not a lot to love in this spot. Another fade in this stack slate. Fuck this game. Why is Kyrie being priced up? He hasn't done shit. That's real. If Beasley can play more, he'll be a good sleeper. Yes, definitely. I love Augustine and Sabonis. Help me hit my first plus 349 for the year. Definitely. I can dig that. I can dig that. Next, we got New Orleans Pelicans, man, going to Portland. Take on the Trailblazers here. We got Big Game Dame Lillard at 9.9. Probably going to see a lot of okay, okay. The first thing first is, yo, this team is not good defending at the perimeter. And I'm talking about Portland with Dame Lillard and McCollum. They're really not, especially the 2 guard spot. So if you're looking for, you know, some cheaper value style guys, somebody that you can, you know, play at you know, cheaper amounts, you can look at Etuan Moore maybe. Dr. Cunningham 3.7, don't really love him, but you can play him. And you got Anthony Davis here, who I absolutely love at 12.2. I think the price is so high on Davis that he's not going to be as high owned as he should be. I think people are just going to play DeMarcus Cousins to be done with it. But clearly, Davis is kind of on a tear, and I'm going to play him right now while he's good and while he's healthy and while he's fine. I'm going to play him some. But if you want to play Boogie, I can dig it. I will highlight him as well. Drew Holiday 6.9 is somebody who I do have interest in, but I don't think I can get there. On the other side, I'm locking in CJ McCollum. I am not playing Big Game Dame here. I think Al-Farouq Aminu is also in play. And I do have a soft spot for the homie Pat Connaughton at 3.1. Kind of like him. He does get a fair amount of minutes off of the bench there. Kind of like him. Next game and the last game on the slate is going to be the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. We know that the Milos Teodosic is out. So you're probably going to see some Austin Rivers. You're probably going to see some Patrick Beverly, who I think the defensive usage should be high because Ricky Rubio is a guy who does a lot in terms of ball handling, and you're going to see Patrick Beverly on him a lot. So that's going to put Beverly in play for me. Guru, are you using FanDuel or DK prices? This is FanDuel prices. FanDuel prices. Why no Dame? I don't like him. I don't like Dame here. For me, I would much rather. I'll just play McCollum. I would rather play McCollum at 7.8 because you get a 2.1 discount on FanDuel for him, and I see some other point guards that I'd rather play. Yeah, this is FanDuel joint, right? But we can check out, we can look through DraftKings pricing as well easily, and I'll go back and I'll do some highlights in terms of DraftKings plays as well. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Gobert, man, 8.5. And what you do is you hate to play either center in the spot. You hate to play Gobert. You hate to play DeAndre Jordan because you think they could cancel each other out. But the last time we thought that, it didn't go that way. But Blake at 10.2 does kind of interest me, as does Danilo Gallinari. But they're just so priced up, man. Joe Ingles has been balling too. 5K for him on FanDuel. I don't have an issue there. You look at Alec Burks at 3.4. There's a guy that you can use in that shooting guard spot. I don't love a lot about this game because it's probably going to be a slow place game. So if Lonzo put up 40 fantasy points on them, what do you think Dame will do? Well, Lonzo passes the ball. Lonzo actually passes the ball, and Lonzo rebounds. Lonzo does way more than Dame. Dame is kind of scoring dependent. Like you need Dame to get 30 real life points to get a shot at 50. You know what I'm saying? And actually at 9.9, you looking at 5x value on FanDuel. That's what you need. You're gonna need 50 from Dame Lillard, and he's gonna have to score 30 real life points, and that means going to the rim against two rim protectors, guys like Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. The reason why I would rather play McCollum in the spot because he has a better mid-range game, and I think they're gonna collapse and shut down Dame Lillard some, and that way CJ McCollum is gonna be getting off some. Dame Dollar gonna diss his Sesame Street. Gonna diss his Sesame Street ass. Dame gonna chuck up 23s. Yeah. I'm going with the cheaper mid-range game here in terms of McCollum over Dame Lillard. Let's go check out DK pricing and see how that's working out. Yo, I gotta show love to my FanDuel players as well, bro. You gotta do that. All right, here we go. So we got Markkanen is cheaper here on DK at 5.7. If you want to take a look there. Justin Holiday 5.9. Don't really love that. You got Zipsa at 3.6. Maybe you can get used to that. And Denzel Valentine at 4K on DraftKings. I do like that. I like that one. Then we got LeBron James at 10K. Don't really love that. Love could be in play at 7.4 on DraftKings, as is Drake Crowder at 4.7. I kind of like that one. You got J.R. Smith starting at 3.6. That is usable. Tristan Thompson's game time decision here, so don't really care too much for him. We got Brooklyn and Orlando. We talking about D'Angelo Russell deloading, baby. Yes, give me that. Vucevic at 8.3 on DraftKings. Seems like a much better play on DraftKings than he would be on FanDuel. You've got Fournier, Terrence Ross. Attack Brooklyn. Just do it and thank me later. You've got DJ Augustine at 5.1, a player that I can get behind. Yeah, I kind of like that one. Karis LeVert at 5K. I think you can take a look at him. Damari Carroll, somebody we talked about at 5K. I kind of like that. Yeah, Dame is much cheaper on DraftKings. We're gonna get to that in just a moment. Kristaps 8.5. That's a little bit more playable on DraftKings than it is on FanDuel. You got Kyrie at 8.7. I like that. Horford 6.7. That's usable to me. As is Cantor at 5.3. I can get there. Courtney Lee, man, 3.9. That kind of makes sense to me. I can do that. 3.9 for Courtney Lee. I kind of like Courtney Lee here. And of course, Michael Beasley at 3.8. Hella usable there. Then we talked about Baines if he gets to start at 3.4. Tatum at 6K. Really solid rebounder. A guy that can go out and play some solid ball there. I don't care if Vooch is 10K. I'm playing him. D'Angelo on Brooklyn. Almost definitely. D'Lo is in play. D'Lo's in play. Then we got Indiana and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oladipo 7.2. Nice. Give me some callers in here. I've got no issue there. Thad Young at 5.6 looks a little bit more interesting here. I kind of like that. And you got Sabonis at 4.6. a guy that I like. You might want to even look at Lance Stevenson at 4.5, man. I think that could be usable. You got Andrew Wiggins at 6.9, but I like Jimmy Butler a little bit more in this matchup at 7K. Kind of do. Then you've got Towns, who's always in play. That's a guy that could 8.6 for Towns. That's not bad. I just checked Dame history versus New Orleans. Not good at all. Told you. Jeff Teague at 6.2. Maybe usable. Maybe some Taj Gibson here. New Orleans and Portland. So Dame is much cheaper, 8.4 here on DraftKings. If you wanted to use them, I can dig it, but I'm still going to be rolling more CJ McCollum. Nurkic at 6.8, not a guy that I really want to play. I think Aminu is a guy that I can look to. We talked about Pat Connaughton at 3K, stone cold minimum there. I kind of like that one as a value play, maybe our 3K play of the day. Then, of course, you got Boogie and Anthony Davis. Both of those guys are going to be in play. Give me some Etwan Moore maybe at 4K, man. Got to separate you at low ownership. I can use him. Last game we got on the slate is going to be Utah and the Los Angeles Clippers. Blake Griffin, 9K. DeAndre Jordan, 7K. Rudy Gobert is 7.6. That's crazy, bro. 8.6 for Towns is a steal. Got a few tough decisions to make tomorrow because of the New Orleans guys. Yeah, most definitely. I hate this game. Jingles maybe at 4.7 is the guy that I can use. Of course, about Pat Bev at 4.8, Austin Rivers 3.8. I'm kind of if he starts, I'm just gonna lock him in because Tadosic is out. If Austin Rivers starts, I'm gonna just play the shit out of him, bro. I'm just gonna play him. Gallinari 5.5. This is a tough one. This is a tough slate, bro. This ain't no easy shit right here. We're gonna have to chop this up, most certainly. So we went over FanDuel, went over to DraftKings, chopped up everything, man. Gave it to you as raw as I know how. Yo, much love and respect to all of you, man. Thank you all so much. If you have an iPhone, I want you to right now pull out your iPhone, go to iTunes, and look this up, man. The DFS Sweatshop, and please, bro, uh, rate, and leave a comment, man. If you don't like it, just say, yo, this shit is fucking whack. As long as you leave something, do that for me. And then go to Twitter, and I want you to find this tweet. It's my pinned tweet. It's there. It's gonna be there. All right, find this and ask the question: would you participate in the Millionaire Maker for NBA if it was FanDuel or DraftKings introduced it? Please go vote and bring that shit up. All right, let's do it, man. So much love to all of you from your homie, the DFS Jerusalem. Yo, if you're on FanDuel, I want you to keep it 425. If you're on DraftKings, keep it 350. but we keep it real, we keep it honest, and we always keep it 300. Peace. We out.